The greatest stories often start with the least amount of help, the biggest obstacle, and the loudest silence. This is the story of a boy named Khan who grew up in the shadow of a billion dreams. He lived in a city where aspirations were a dime a dozen, but opportunities were as rare as stars in the day. Khan had talent, yes, but more than talent, he had hunger. A hunger that gnawed at him when he saw those around him flaunting their possessions, their endorsements, their lifestyle. Khan felt a burning inside him, a burning that questioned, why not me? He wanted to make it big. He wanted the world to see him. But he had one problem. He had no one, no influential friends, no wealthy relatives, no connections. All he had was his talent and a dream that refused to be ignored. His days were filled with endless hustles, trying to make ends meet, trying to survive. He juggled multiple jobs just to make enough to keep himself afloat, to buy another shot, to keep pursuing his dreams. But it wasn't easy. Every step forward was met with an equal measure of resistance. Doors were closed, auditions were missed, opportunities slipped through his fingers like sand, yet Khan kept going. He pushed through the rejections. He endured the loneliness. He embraced the struggles because he knew that every scar was etching him closer to his goal. Now here's what was remarkable about Khan. He didn't complain. He didn't crib. He didn't let his circumstances define him. Instead, he used them as fuel. The slights became his motivation. The obstacles became his drive. He channeled his frustration, his anger, his disappointment into his work. And slowly but surely, he began to make a name for himself. His talent, coupled with his sheer determination and hard work, started paying off. He got small gigs, he made some money, he gained recognition. But more importantly, he gained confidence. Confidence in his abilities, confidence in his dream, and most importantly, confidence in himself. Khan's journey wasn't just about his personal growth. It was also about the growth of his character. Through his struggles, he discovered a strength within himself that he never knew existed. He learned the power of perseverance, the importance of staying true to oneself, and the value of hard work. He understood that success wasn't going to fall into his lap. He had to go out there and grab it. He learned the art of patience, the ability to endure setbacks without losing sight of his goals. He realized that sometimes you have to go through rough patches to get to the smoother roads. But what truly set Khan apart from everyone else was his attitude. He had a winner's mentality. He believed in himself even when no one else did. He trusted his instincts, followed his passion, and took risks when others would shy away. He dared to dream big while others were content with mediocrity, and that made all the difference. Khan's story is a testament to the power of believing in yourself, the importance of staying true to your dreams, and the value of hard work and perseverance. His life serves as an inspiration to anyone who dares to dream, showing them that even in the darkest of nights, the stars are still shining. Imagine this boy, bright-eyed and full of hope, standing in front of a massive stadium filled with thousands of screaming fans. The lights are blinding, the energy is electrifying. And suddenly the stage is his. This is the moment he's been working for. But as he steps into the spotlight, he remembers the days of struggle, the times of rejection, the moments of doubt. He remembers the long road that led him here. He remembers the hunger. And in that moment, he understands that the hunger never really goes away. It just evolves. When you are driven by hunger, you don't wait for things to happen. You make them happen. You don't complain about the lack of opportunities. You create your own. You don't let rejection break you. You let it shape you. You don't give into comfort. You embrace discomfort. In fact, you crave it. Discomfort becomes your companion, your motivator, your fuel. You thrive in the pressure cooker of life because that's where you learn the most. That's where you evolve. And here's the beautiful part. When you embrace this discomfort, when you thrive on challenges, when you are driven by an unstoppable force, you begin to attract opportunities like a magnet. Success begins to seek you out because it knows you are ready for it. The world has a funny way of conspiring in your favor when you are willing to put in the work, when you are hungry for growth, when you are thirsty for success. Here's the thing, my friends, we all have choices. We all have the ability to shape our lives, to craft our future, but most of us are content with mediocrity. We play it safe, we take the easy route, we seek comfort. But greatness isn't found in comfort zones. It's found in the pursuit of excellence, in the relentless pursuit of dreams, in the daring act of embracing hunger. So I encourage you today to embrace the discomfort. Let it push you, let it motivate you, let it inspire you. Don't shy away from challenges, don't avoid the tough times. Run towards them, embrace them. Because that's where the magic happens, that's where you transform. That's where you rise above and become who you were meant to be. As the roaring crowd fades away and Khan finds himself alone again, he knows he wouldn't trade his journey for anything. The hunger that once fueled his rise is now a part of him, a guiding light, a reminder of his strength. He understands that the real battle wasn't on that stage. It was in the years of struggle, in the hours of solitude, in the moments of self-doubt, and he wouldn't have it any other way. In the grand theater of life, there are countless acts, countless scenes, and countless characters. But none can deny the impact of the hungry ones, the ones who rise from nothing, who claw their way to the top, who refuse to be denied. For it is in the depths of their despair, in the heights of their ambition, that we see the true essence of the human spirit. It is in their stories that we find inspiration, that we learn resilience, and that we are reminded of our own potential. So here's to the hungry ones, the ones who dare to dream, who dare to hope, and who dare to rise. May your hunger be your guide, your strength, and your victory. Remember, the greatest rewards are often hidden behind the toughest challenges, and the sweetest victories are earned by those who endure the hungriest nights. You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I'm broke. I was born broke. I grew up broke. For the first 20 years of my life, I had less than $100 in my bank account, but that didn't slow me down. In fact, being broke was the fuel. It pushed me. It motivated me to hustle, to grind, to reach a level of success that I never thought possible. And today, I'm here to tell you that being broke doesn't have to be a curse. You can turn it into a blessing. You can turn it into a superpower. But first, let me take you back to the start. Back to a time when I was barely scraping by, barely making ends meet. I had no money, no fancy gear, no guidance. But I had one thing that no one could ever take away from me. My hunger. And it wasn't just any kind of hunger. It was a primal, raw, unfiltered hunger. The kind of hunger that wakes you up before the sun rises. The kind of hunger that keeps you grinding after everyone else has given up. This hunger was my compass. It guided me through the darkest nights, kept me focused on my goals, drove me to push beyond my limits. But I wasn't alone in this hunger. Millions of other broke people out there feel the same way. We may not have had the privilege of starting with money, but we started with something even more powerful, a burning desire to succeed, a refusal to be defined by our circumstances. We knew that the world underestimated us, counted us out, dismissed us, but we didn't need their approval. We had our own internal fire that burned brighter than any external validation. As a broke entrepreneur, I learned to thrive in the discomfort. I learned to use the lack of resources, the limited options, the constant rejections as fuel for my engine. Instead of feeling sorry for myself, I told myself, screw you, world, I'll show you what I'm made of. And that attitude became my shield and my sword. One day, while hustling relentlessly, I stumbled upon a group of people who shared the same hunger, the same drive, the same thirst for success. Together, we formed a tight-knit community of broke go-getters united by our hunger and determination to make it big. Our lack of resources forced us to collaborate, to share ideas, to help each other grow. We didn't have much, but we had each other. And that made all the difference. In this community, we found strength in numbers, support in each other's struggles, and inspiration in each other's dreams. We shared tips on how to stretch our resources, how to maximize our efforts, how to beat the odds stacked against us. We celebrated each other's wins, no matter how small, because we knew every victory counted. As part of this incredible community, I discovered the real power of being broke. It wasn't about being disadvantaged, it was about being unbound. Unbound by the limitations others set for us, unbound by the expectations that weighed us down, and unbound by the fear of failure. We realized that being broke didn't define us. It was just a chapter in our stories, a chapter that tested our resilience, sharpened our focus, and ignited our creativity. Being broke taught me that sometimes you have to suffer to succeed. Success isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's messy, uncomfortable, and downright painful. But I embraced the pain. I saw it as the price I had to pay to achieve the life I wanted. It made me appreciate my successes even more when I finally achieved them. In those tough times, I found solace in the words of the great writer Paulo Coelho. If you want to know how strong you are, try being broke. Then you'll discover a strength inside yourself you never knew you had. Those words resonated with me deeply. They gave me strength to keep going when everything seemed bleak. Now, let's be real. Being broke comes with its fair share of challenges. It means financial instability, limited opportunities, and constant worries about making ends meet. But I choose to see it as a blessing in disguise. See, being broke taught me that the best things in life are often on the other side of hard work and sacrifice. It taught me that true satisfaction comes from overcoming obstacles, not from avoiding them. When you're broke, you have to be resourceful. You learn to make do with what you have, to stretch every penny, to find creative solutions to tough problems. This resourcefulness becomes a valuable life skill that transcends financial struggles. It teaches you to think outside the box, to innovate, to adapt. And let me tell you, these are qualities that can open doors to unimaginable opportunities. As a broke entrepreneur, I also learned the importance of patience and perseverance. Success doesn't happen overnight, especially when you're starting with nothing. But I refused to give up. I knew that my time would come. I knew that my hard work and dedication would pay off. And guess what? It did. Today, I stand before you as a testament to what's possible. I didn't have a silver spoon. I didn't have connections. I didn't have much to start with. But what I did have was an unquenchable thirst for success, a refusal to be denied, and the unwavering belief that I could make it. And I'm not alone. Countless broke individuals out there have defied the odds, shattered the glass ceilings, and proven that money isn't everything. But our journey doesn't end here. We're not just sharing our stories to pat ourselves on the back. We're sharing them to inspire others, to show them that they, too, can break free from the shackles of poverty and create a life they're proud of. We want to be role models, beacons of hope for those who feel stuck, for those who believe their circumstances are holding them back. So if you're out there thinking you're stuck because of your financial situation, I'm here to tell you that's not true. Use that hunger, that fire within you to fuel your journey. Lean on your community for support. Learn to see challenges as opportunities for growth. And above all, never, ever give up on your dreams. The world needs your unique perspective. It needs your innovative ideas. It needs your talent. Don't let anyone tell you that being broke holds you back. Prove them wrong. Prove it to yourself. Show the world what you're made of. It's time to turn that hunger into action, that passion into purpose, and that fire into unstoppable momentum. I'll leave you with the words of the legendary Steve Jobs. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma. Don't let the noise of others drown out your own inner voice. And most important of all, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. So go out there, broke warriors, and conquer the world. Go out there and make me proud. Thank you.